this is Dorothy with Dot Scrapbooking, and I am showing you the promotional special for June, and it's called Dream Maker. We have all sorts of bundles for making cards, for making scrapbooks, for making a 6x8 album, but I just wanted to go through the papers with you. So these are the cardstocks. They're all marbleized. They come in Lagoon, Periwinkle, Ballerina, Flamingo maybe, and Sundance, and Glacier. And those are the cardstocks, and the flip side is the solid color. So here are the background and texture papers. And I think these things are just absolutely gorgeous. So we've got, I'm showing you the front and back of our dual-sided sheets. And I like this stripy sheet. That screams birthday party to me. And look at this beautiful background. So, and there's the flip side, is a monochromatic. Here's another dotted with large dots that also screams birthday party to me. So I just wanted to show you these papers that are available till the end of June. So, and you also have, that's the sticker sheet. And if you buy one of the bundles, then you download the guide to do this. In this case, this is the scrapbooking workshop. And I printed the instructions on 2 pages per sheet. The other thing that you can get with the bundles are that is a dual stamp set. So the instructions show you what to do. So you stamp the flowers in either archival or intensive black, and then they show you in the instructions how to color them. And you use a stamp, one of the stamps, to color. So this, the one stamp, this one has all sorts of great scrapbooking phrases to use for your pages, with always as a great title. And then here we've got some things to add to the background of a sheet. So that blobby line stamp is what we use to color the flowers, believe it or not. So it's just super, you're not coloring it in each individual flower, you're stamping it with one stamp. You also can get a stencil that comes in a 12 by 12 with the 4 different designs. And I cut them up just for ease of use. I cut them up so that they're 6 by 6. And these die cuts are gorgeous. Look at that flower. That rose is just beautiful. You get dragonflies and lovely as a title, and leaves. So all sorts of really beautiful black. So this is showing you, okay, you get one each of the colors, and it tells you what colors to stamp in. The only thing that's a little difficult is you are making a lot of flowers, 38 small ones, 18 big ones, and you fussy cut them. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to be super particular in how you cut them out, because you'll see how the flowers kind of fit under that black background. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting things down. So the lemonade grid is going on top of the black background, which really, that stark black really shows up beautifully, but you know, in front of the paler colors, the Lagoon and Periwinkle and Lemonade and Glacier. So it's just really gorgeous. And what you're going to do is have the papers, the background papers, kind of catty corner, so that the lemonade is going to be in the lower left-hand side of the left page and the upper right-hand side of the right page. So that's how they do it. And then they're going to add, we're adding all these backgrounds to add interest to the paper. So, you know, the papers are showing a lot of detail. It's not necessarily detail that you can sort out or read, but there's a lot of words on there. So not necessarily meant to be, you know, to be read. So I'm just kind of putting each one of the elements that I'm going to use on its own block, and I'm going to use my my very favorite intense black to do all the stamping, because I'll be able to color the intense black without it smearing. So, and it gives a nice dark black. And it also, I like it over the archival. The archival is a very, very black, but it takes a longer time to dry than the intense black. So intense black is my favorite. So I'm just giving a good, filling it with ink and then putting the little sponge background. It's not a sponge, but the soft foamy background, so that I can get a good impression. Something good to force the letters that are in relief, the parts that are in relief on the stamp, into, with ink on them, into a softer background, so the ink comes off onto the paper. That was a heavy explanation for why to use a soft background when you're stamping. So I'm just adding, and once again, because this is just background addition, it doesn't have to be perfect. So we have these, the other stamp, I love these little spots. They're just kind of like detailed spots to go on there. So, and then we're using the, I don't know, holes or dots, whatever you want to call them. And I'm just taking one of my little brushes, and you're going to be putting the same color over the particular corner. So I'm using Lagoon in the Lagoon corner. And then I will use Periwinkle in the Periwinkle corner. I'm going to wipe it off a little bit so I don't combine the colors too much. Change my brush. And just kind of do a light smattering of dots. And it just adds to the background. So kind of fun. And now I've got my lemonade. And I'm sorry, I'm off the camera. Got too close to practically falling off the table. Such a silly person. And then I'm going to use Glacier. And just do some glacier dots. And this is a fun way, you know, and we've got little lines that are on the stencils and leaves that are similar to the leaves on this paper, as a matter of fact. So you could take a piece of plain cardstock and just go wild making your own background paper. So, however, and you can put as much on this as you want. So there's some more words that are in script that are going to go on here too. And I'm just trying to, they kind of give you an example to the left there on the instructions on how to put, where to put the various stamps. You can do what you want to do, is what it comes down to. So I'm just kind of using that strange stamp that has the lines and the blobs and what have you on it, and that kind of goes in each of the corners. And one of the corners actually gets a corner stamping of it. So you're going to have one that's a right angle to the other. So you can see in the lemonade on the left-hand side, they made a right angle corner to, you know, so that's going to be a background behind the black and the yellow grid, the lemonade grid paper. So it's kind of fun. You could put a lot more along the edges if you wanted to, because that's going to show up. So this is, now I'm not going to put the Tombow all the way to the edge, because we're going to be tucking flowers. All those flowers that I made, we're going to be tucking those in the corners. And once again, Lagoon flowers are going to go in the Lagoon corner. The, oh, by the way, that yellow lemonade and black square goes an inch down and an inch over. So you've got an inch going all around. And these are some of the cardstock backgrounds that I made for the picture frame, as a picture frame. And so I'm just kind of putting those. These pages have enough pieces to go on them that when you're cutting them, you really want to make a pile for layout 1, layout 2, and layout 3, and preferably make a pile of left layout 1, right layout 1, like that. So you want to go like left layout 2, right layout 2. So just to keep yourself from losing your mind, trying to figure out which goes where when you start putting the pages together. So the lemonade is a little bit bigger than, and that was in the instructions. So that was done intentionally. So here are my flowers, and I'm going to put those in each of the corners. There we go. I finally move my page up. So we're going to have periwinkle up in the periwinkle corner, and then lagoon, or that one's glacier, down in the glacier corner. Lagoon's up there in the lagoon corner. So you could even stamp some of the flowers on your background page, on your base page, if you wanted to. And I am going to go ahead and pop up one of the flowers because it goes on top of the layout. And then the big lemonade flower, I popped it up with one of my taller square, my thicker square pieces, foam pieces. The rest of these are going flat and they're going underneath the, see how that's how that stamp works with those. So see, nothing is perfect. It's not the, immaculate coloring, where you get everything just exactly right. So it's kind of fun. I mean, it kind of like that. Now, one thing you could do if you wanted to when you were coloring, you can flip the stamp, the small flower and the large flower over, so you just have the flat part, and then stamp the flower with that. It also won't be a perfect match because the flowers are not symmetrical, but you could still get a full coverage if you decide you want a full coverage. Or just use one of the bigger blob stamps. That would be good too. That would add some texture to the flowers. Okay, so this is a maybe 4 1/4 or a 3 3/4. I forget which one this is. Anyway, it's a piece of a zip strip that's cut in half, down from a 1/2 inch to 2 pieces that are 1/4 inch. And that's going on either side. And the title Lovely is going to go in between those. Now they're adding some dots to the title part. So I'm just using some glacier, just super, super light. Excuse me. So super neat, right? A little background to add to your title. Nothing distracting though. So I'm going to go ahead and put Tombow on each of my letters and then just start putting them in place. But it's best, especially when you've got an odd number, start off with the middle, your middle letter or whatever, your middle piece, and then work your way out. Then you have an easier way of getting it even, better chance of getting it even. Okay, and then the L is going to go there and the Y is going to go under the V. So there we've got our title. Lovely. Looks like Love Fly. Anyway, I'm being silly. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take some of these phrases on the word stamp, and I'm just going to run them along this 1/2 inch White Daisy cardstock strip that I made, and then I'll cut those apart. So that's going to, give subtitles to each of the pictures. So, and they're, the letters come out real good. And if you want to keep them straight, because they can be a little bit long, if you want to make sure that they stay straight, then put them upside down with the flat part of the stamp facing upwards, and then pick it up with your block. And that way, when it's laying down there, it will automatically go to its original straight shape. Now, if you want to take Celebrating You and curve it around a circle or whatever, you could totally do that, because these are long enough that you can give them a curvature. Living in the moment. That's what I tell my husband. He's always thinking of something else, so he's never right there in the moment. So chasing sunshine, happy, celebrating you, believe, living in the moment, and in my heart. So see, I'm just cutting them down into just little minimum. There we go. And each of these, I'm going to put a piece of the foam behind it and pop it up and leave just at the end that is going to be sitting off of the picture. And then you can actually slide the picture underneath. So I'm going to add part of the happy on top. And then I'll add a piece of foam underneath. And that's going to be up top. So the pictures will always be able to slide underneath. Now, if you wanted to, you could put the pictures on first and then tumbo them or glue them onto, adhese them onto top of your picture. I just don't like to do that. So I'm going to pull off some of the little pieces. There's a little gold heart that's going there. Or no, that's a yellow, that's a lemonade heart. The other page gets a gold heart, so that's a lemonade heart. And then we're going to use some of the other. There's arrows that need to come off of here that are going to go on there. And also in the lower right-hand corner. And all I'm going to do is put one foam dot underneath the far end of the arrow to put them onto my page. So that way I've got the arrow going over, but not to the point that it's interfering with the picture. Okay, so here we go for the second page, the right-hand page. Aren't those pretty leaves and flowers? I think they're just paper. This has got to be some of the prettiest paper that we've had. I think I say that about all of our papers, but this is just exceptional. So that is such a cool stamp. There is so much texture in that line and blob and what have you. And I really like these script words too. So, and this is going to, isn't that interesting? It almost looks like a skyline or a bridge line that's over some water. I don't know, am I crazy? I swear I see that. I kind of got with this, putting the blobs on there. It's kind of fun. And we're going to put some more words. And I like the curves that are in those words. But each one gets that kind of, I don't even know what to call that. Here we go. I think I got a little bit more liberal with the stamps on that page. So, but you know, and then you come along and you put this piece on there and it covers up some of the stuff. So, you know, that's just the way it is. Just the way it is. So I'm going to use my ruler again and make sure it's going to be an inch over and an inch down to give us an inch all around. So once again, we've got our periwinkle, and there's a lemonade and a lagoon and glacier. Are those marbles? I think they're just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to put my 4x4s. All these pictures are 4x4s. So there we go. And I don't know what that one came from. That was an extra. Or maybe it belongs in one of the other piles. I'll probably be missing it in one of the other sheets. So let me just say that if you haven't subscribed to me, I hope you subscribe, and let me know what you think. And if you want to shop at my website, it's right there down at the lower left-hand corner. It's dorothy.closetomyheart.com, and it will be delivered directly to you. And you too, then you can watch and do. Or, just kind of watch it for a while, and then if you want to slow it down, you can scrap along with me or make cards along with me. So I'm going to make a journaling piece here. So I'm putting 3/8 of an inch in between each of the lines. And I say 3/8 of an inch, that just means 3 lines that I'm following. And then I put the third line right on top of the last line that I made. And hopefully that'll get me parallel all the way down. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. And I've got a little piece of zip strip up at the top there just for a little something. And I'm going to add some dots once again, some glacier dots. Nothing heavy, just a little light. And then we can write right over that. It doesn't interfere, just adds a little interest. And we've got these little outlines of hearts that are going to go down at the bottom. So, and I'm going to put them on with some Tombow, but they're going to snug up right down at the bottom. Okay, so I'll tell you that I missed putting the flowers on this page on my video, but it's just like the other first page. So I'm just kind of showing you how they went there. And there's a gold heart on top of that, and arrows, and love you. And look at how beautiful that layout is. So, hope you enjoyed this. I had fun making it. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Hi, I'm Dorothy Smith. Thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn along with me. Thanks. Bye-bye.